Namaste everybody, this is Woodolph with Karmasoft, and in this video I am going to show you how to embed your schedule onto your Squarespace website. This is the same procedure to embed your store or to embed your staff. So basically learning to embed your schedule, you could go ahead and do all the other ones. So the first thing we want to do is find the code that we're going to need to embed our schedule. If you go to settings, go to Help Center. Once you're in the Help Center, type the word embed and select the first one. So I'm selecting embed Karmasoft elements to your website, and this will bring you to this page. So if you scroll up just a little where step 1 is, so to embed our schedule, we're going to copy this code. If you wanted to embed your video library, you will copy this code. If you want to embed your workshop, instructors, store, and so on, right? So because we are going to do the schedule today, we are going to simply copy this code. And by clicking copy, the system will automatically copy that for you to your clipboard. And we are going now to our Squarespace website, and we're going to navigate to pages. We're going to just find the page we want to put our schedule. In our case, it's going to be the Karmasoft schedule page. And I already added some stuff, so you probably have some things on your website already. So we're going to just edit this page at the upper left corner, and we're not adding a section, we're just going to add another element. So because I want the schedule right below this text, I'm going to click the little plus button right below the text, click that, and I'm going to scroll down until I find code. So let's see, where is that? Right there. So select code and just erase whatever's there now, and then paste the code you copied. And that's all there is to it. There's a few things. Obviously, if I were to save that and then view this in safe mode, this is the schedule, and this is the demo site schedule, and I'm going to talk to you about a little bit about making some changes to this if we were to edit the code. So if you want to edit your code, you're going to scroll down, you're going to see where it says script disabled. Just click on that, click the edit icon, and you will see your code. Now there's a few modifications you have to make. So notice that in our code it says target data dash target equal demo.karmasoft online, and the important word here is demo because I'm using the demo account. So if you look right there, it says demo. For your studio, it will say something else. It might say like, so for our studio, it would say ytb.karmasoft.io. For yours, it will say something else. So the important thing is what we call the subdomain. So it's whatever's before the word karmasoft.io. So this is what you would do. You would come back to your code and change just the word demo to whatever your subdomain is. You're going to change it on the first line where it says data target equal. You also have to change it on the second line. It says script src equal, and change the word demo. Right? And if you do that, then everything will work just fine. And you do the same procedure for everything else. One more thing. If we look at our schedule, let's say we look at our schedule, and maybe we are not happy with the background color or the button colors or anything like that. You could change all the element within your Karmasoft schedule simply by going to settings, studio settings, styling. So and then go to embed. If I wanted to change the color of my background, I could simply pick a color. I don't know if that's a great color, but you know what I mean. So let's say something like that. select the color for our background. You could select your border color, font colors. You have to be careful so that you're not selecting too many stuff and so that the schedule doesn't really look good. So for now, I'm going to select my background color, online button color, okay, and let's see what that looked like. Let's say save, and we could go to the website, could refresh it. So you could go ahead and play with this. I'm not terribly happy with this result. Notice that you can't see September very well. I would play with that. So if you especially on your website. So a good example is if we were to go to our website, you could try Brooklyn, and let's look at this, the schedule. So you could play with it so that it matches the color scheme on your website a little bit better. So usually I recommend the background colors the same as your website background, so everything blend in and looks really nice. And if you wanted to, you could add pictures and so on. That's it, and your schedule is embedded. There's a few other things we should talk about really quickly. When you embed your schedule, you have choices. So there's a lot of variables in the system for you. So for example, if you wanted to make sure that you are only showing today's class on your schedule, these are the variables you would use. It's like today underscore only equal true. You have to set up your branch. If you wanted to make sure you hide the instructor's full name, you would basically go hide instructor's full name equal true. If you wanted to hide the branch, you would say hide branch equal true. And where you make the modification on for the code is basically, if we take a look at the code now on our Squarespace, and let's look at the code, edit, and let's just move this out of the way so you could see the whole thing. So there's a series of data option, right? So for example, hide branch equal true is right there. So if I wanted, for example, hide, let me see, I'm gonna hide instructor, right? So if I wanted to make sure I hide the instructors, so this is to remove. So if we look at the schedule, oops, we'll go back to this. Let me just kind of show you what I mean. So if we go and show filters, there's an instructor filter that people could go in and look at the instructors or select classes by instructor. So if we wanted to hide that, I'm going to go back to the code, edit, and so all we have to do is come to the data option section of the code, and at the end of the first variable, go add the %, that means and instructor equal hide instructor equal true, and let's click that, make sure we save it, click done, save what we have, and if we go back, instructor is not available. Okay, thank you. I hope this was helpful. Namaste.